Good morning, everybody. Today is auction cleanup day. I have a bunch of cars. I think I bought 18 cars Friday and Saturday at 2 different auctions. So now I have one on my trailer I got to get unloaded. I just unloaded Skylar. I got 2 on another guy's trailer over here. I unloaded 2 last night. Then I have to go haul 3 for one of the auctions. I also hauled 1 Friday. And then the rest of them, a buddy of mine is going to go get next weekend. I wasn't going to film any of this, but I thought, you know what, it might make some interesting behind the scenes type content, so I'd grab the camera, take it along, and make a short little video out of it. We were starting to get it cleaned up out here, but for now, for the sake of time, I'm just gonna unload these vehicles right out here in the grass. I'll move them in later, but I just wanna get them off the trailers and get on the road because it's starting to get late. It's already 9 o'clock. I didn't go to bed last night until 2:30 in the morning though, because I had a video to edit and it has to post today, and so I just didn't really have an option to sleep last night. Man, this truck is super butt heavy. I don't know why. Didn't expect that. Just a wood bed. Must be something in the back of it. I didn't even look at the back of it. This truck is a rust-free cab and front clip. I mean rust-free, not a speck of rust, other than obviously surface rust. Would definitely make somebody a good cab swap for a pickup, or if you're building a truck and you wanted a cab and clip and you didn't mind the big wheel wells, this would be perfect for that. There we go. We'll just set her right over here for now. I need to get the mower out and mow all this tall grass. I had a bunch of junk sitting here, and so the guy that mows my grass out here didn't want to mow this area. I got the junk picked up, but now the grass is too tall for his mower to do. All these weeds, it would bog it down too much, so I need to get the big brush hog out. And then here we have a Studebaker Commander 2-door hardtop automatic car. Now the motor and tranny are gone. The hood to this car, he said, is in the back of that truck. It wasn't attached and he didn't want to blow off, so he put it in there. But this car has loads of very rare 2-door hardtop chrome. They only made these cars for 2 years. Plus it has all the rear glass in it still, which is a pretty hard to find piece. We'll just set her right there. And on we go. Doesn't want to come out of the hole. Make sure there's not a tree holding it. There it goes. Doesn't want to roll. That'll work good right there. Oh, something came undone.
It's really close.
Oh wow, man, that really popped off. I must have had that one look bad. I don't know where I hooked that at. What's oh yeah.
Oh, that jar.
Is it?
It was a full one, but it's not.
Oh yeah,
The bottom half will break out.
they freeze break. Yeah, this is what it does with that relay going bad. You winch for a second, then you stop, and then
I got the exact same winch and the exact same control, and I already had to replace the relay too.
Yeah. It's not rolling anyway, so.
Yeah, it's fine, Floyd. It's just skating. So far, it's not doing too bad.
There we go. It took a while, but we got her on there. I need to replace that relay on my winch. Other than that, it works fine, but got her all strapped down, ready to go. Got her chained down. Pretty good looking car on this side. The other side's got some damage. Really not a bad looking car overall, other than the floors are completely gone in it. So somebody might want it to make something out of, but honestly, I think it's gonna be better as wall art than anything else. I came out here and got that Buick earlier, and this is all still wheat. They got, looks like 1, 2, 3 combines going out here in this field. It's almost completely harvested. And then across the way, it looks like, no, have they? No, they have. Man, they've been busy. There's grain trucks everywhere, tractors on the roads, combines on the roads. It's kind of wild out here right now. Harvest is in full swing. Now, some of these fields I noticed, you can see where they took the combine out in the field and they went about 60 feet or so, and you can see gigantic ruts where the combine was plowing through the mud, and so they just stopped, backed up, and went somewhere else. It's a little bit drier. That's kind of what they'll do out here, is they'll find the fields that are dry enough to do as they can. It's supposed to rain tonight. It's supposed to rain tomorrow night, so I think it's going to be a difficult harvest in this area. They're going to have to kind of just go here, go there until they can figure it out. Of course, we didn't have any rain at all hardly for the last 2 weeks or so, and then all of a sudden now we're getting bunches of it. There's another one. They go pretty fast as long as the field cooperates. Oh, I didn't catch it in time. But this field over here, you can see it's another one where they have a real muddy area where they tried to get in and couldn't quite do it. I can't believe all the brand new houses they're building around here. I mean, just tons and tons and tons of them. And earlier, about a mile over, we took that road earlier, and it was just so much construction, I just decided I'm not going to go that route again. It's a little bit shorter, a little bit less traffic, but all the construction was a nightmare. But they're building hundreds of brand new houses. Like over there, all those houses, as far as the eye can see, those are all built within the last year. It's just amazing to me how much the Wichita area is exploding in population around here. I know a lot of people are dealing with that in a lot of places, but back home, our population is shrinking. And it's kind of interesting. Some of them, like the ones we just went past, are just cookie cutter houses. A bunch of them are even duplexes, and they're just all exactly the same color, same everything. And you can tell it's some contractor just bought the exact materials they need to just build it over and over and over again, which is great for cutting costs and selling houses, but I just don't understand the appeal of living in that. If I was going to do that, I'd just rent an apartment. I thought the whole point of having a house was so that you could have your own place, you know, it's yours. If your place looks the exact same as 100 of your neighbors, then is it really yours? I don't know. But there have been, I've seen a few places where they're building like actual brand new custom houses, which are obviously probably $200,000 or $300,000 or $400,000 more than those houses. But you can build them the exact way you want them. Like here, well, not here, but just a second, as soon as I get past this house, all these houses that you see back here, all of these are brand new, but they're all custom built. You know, they're not the same, they look different, and you can tell they're nice houses. If I was going to spend the money to build a house, this is what I would do, is something more like that white one over there. You know, that's probably pretty expensive. That's probably $100,000 more than those cookie cutter ones. But you know, for $100,000, you're getting a much better house. You know, to be completely honest, if I was going to build my own house, I'd do it barn dominium. They're a little bit cheaper to build, and so you can have a lot more space, and you can make it a lot nicer on the inside. And obviously, you can still make it nice on the outside. It just doesn't have the I don't know what the word for it is. That's what I do, but I don't have the money to build a new house, regardless of whether it's a cookie cutter house or a nice house. So I guess it doesn't really matter. And we are back to get this piece of junk. This thing's rough, but for $300 I couldn't pass it up. See how long till my winch overheats this time. Didn't make it very far. I think real quick while I have a chance, I want to bypass that deal on my winch. That way I can override it. Not good to do that very much, but I can do it for one vehicle. I'll be alright. Basically, it was connected right here to this relay, and this relay is overheating, and that's why it keeps shutting off. And so what I'm going to do is, I would just go up here, but I don't have enough cable, so I'm just going to go right here because, I mean, it's all connected together anyway. So if I just hook it direct, like I say, it's not ideal, but I have my old winch hooked up like that, and it lasted for 2.5 years anyway, so I'll do this one as well. And there we go, just like that. Now we'll see if it works. Drive shaft is sticking down. I'm gonna have to tip my trailer up a little bit, drive forward, and do it again. Bingo, that worked pretty good. I was able to steer this one and get it right between the fenders, right where I wanted it, so I don't crush these doors. This is the one that was missing one rear door. This is a pretty simple flat metal door. You could probably build one if you knew somebody that was talented, if you really wanted to redo this thing. I may do something with it, make a cabin or something. I may sell it. I don't know. I haven't decided on this one yet. They're having another auction tomorrow. I don't remember if I mentioned that or not, but they're going to sell all these tractors. I wish I had just unlimited time. I'd come back to the auction again, but I don't, so won't be able to see those sell. I checked those out in the main video a little bit, but we'll be back tomorrow late afternoon to pick up my last car out here. But until then, let's hit the road and get out of this heat. I took a different route home. There's an old 5-window Chevy winch truck over there. That's pretty cool. There's so much stuff out here in these fields and in these hills. Just never-ending old trucks and old cars. And good morning. It stormed last night, and I'm talking severe storm, extreme wind, torrential rain. There's trees down all over town. I mean, it was crazy. I'm out here at my place now, gonna survey the damage and see what happened. First thing that happened I noticed is I had this engine covered up and my cover blew off. Who knows where it went? I don't even see it out here. I mean, it's gone. And then it dumped it clear full of water. I don't know how much water got in here, but I see water down in there, water down in here. So, man, this was a good, clean engine, been stored inside for many, many years. And now it's probably gonna be ruined. It went from being a $1,000 engine to maybe I'll be able to get 500 bucks out of it. So there went 500 bucks. And then I had this Chevy truck hood over here. This thing was mint, and I think I fixed it a little bit, but it blew over this way and it slammed into this stupid scale. I don't know why I bought this dumb thing, and now I deeply regret buying this thing. I thought somebody would have to have it, but nobody wants these pieces of garbage. But anyway, it put a whole bunch of, it crushed this whole thing in right here, but I was able to pop most of the dent back out, so now it's just a few small dents. So I'm gonna go out back, see what other damage I have, see what else is flooded. I'll tell you what, I am ready for the drought to come back. We've had a drought for 4 years, and this year it has just been storm after storm after storm. We can't just get normal rainfall. It's either torrential rain and severe storms and tornadoes and stuff, or it's drought. And so I guess I'll take the drought. They're talking high winds, torrential rain, and potentially tornadoes again tonight. So it's not gonna let up anytime soon. I'm definitely glad I went and got that Willys yesterday though, because where that thing was at, there'd be no way possible of getting that out now. It would just be there for probably the rest of the week until next week sometime. All my plans I had for today obviously got canceled because the other yard, there's no way I'll get in there. I guarantee you it's underwater. So that'll give me a chance to get all the cans out of this car. And then I gotta get this thing cleaned out. I have a whole bunch of carburetors sitting in the back of this. They all got rained on now. See how bad? Yeah, they get rained on pretty good, but I think one rain isn't gonna hurt them, so I think they'll be all right. Oh man, too much stuff, not enough time to sell it all. It's kind of funny, like I knew it was gonna storm. It wasn't supposed to storm, there was nothing in the forecast, but I knew it was gonna storm because Tuesday mornings are trash day and my trash comes super, super early in the morning. And so I have to put my trash out on Monday night. And at least every other week now, we have torrential rain and all of the streets in my neighborhood flow to a canal that's right beside my house. And the way it all flows, where I have put my trash can, goes underwater, and it washes my trash can away and washes it out into a pond. And so now I've got trash all over my yard. I know that Monday nights are storm night because that's trash night. It's just kind of funny how that works out like that. We never get storms any other time, just Monday nights. You got quite a few parts off of this car, it looks like. The door, while I was gone at the auctions, the guy bought a bunch of parts, and so I'll have to see what the deal was on this. Got some trim off of it, it looks like. But yeah, just looking around, I don't really see any tree damage. And this place here gets really muddy on this corner right here, and then up front gets muddy. But out here, it's all sand. And so it never gets muddy. Boy, look at the spider wart. It's sure liking the rain. Yeah, I don't really see any damage back here. So it looks like most of my issue is just that 348 is the main casualty. That and my poor trash can. That poor thing's been washed away I don't know how many dozen times now. Yeah, I really need to get the crusher out here and go to town and make some room out here because I'm really low on room and I bought 18 cars over the weekend. So I'm not sure where I'm gonna put them all. I do have this car sold. So I just got to come back here. He's actually going to come today because he was doing harvest, and obviously they're not doing any harvest now. Nowhere in this area is going to be harvesting wheat. And so I need to move this box, grab it. He's gonna come pick it up in a little bit. That'll get me a little bit of room to put one car. But yeah, if I had the crusher out here, I could really make some serious progress in here and eliminate some of these. And I guess I don't necessarily need the crusher. I can go ahead and stack them. But the thing is when I stack them, and then it never fails, that's when somebody wants parts off of them. And now they're stacked up and they can't get their parts. But I might go ahead and do it anyway. Stuff like this Eagle over here, nobody wants that thing. I can get rid of it. I can get rid of this Regal over here. And a lot of these cars, like these Corvairs are junk. Hardly anything sells off of a Corvair. You can sell a few parts here and there, but not this one. One of these has a really good looking trunk section on it, so I want to cut that off for a wall hanger. And then a couple of them have good looking noses on them. I think this one's got a good nose on it. Yeah, it's got a good nose, it just needs headlight rings. But this one here has a rusty nose, but it has good headlight rings. So I got to put these two together. And then this one here has got a good looking nose and trunk on it. Mercury station wagon, it's got a lot of rare parts on it, so I guess I'll hang on to it. This Nash, really all I want to save off of it is the engine. Then you got a Packard. I need to get the nose cut off of this one. These Packard noses sell really good. Same thing with this convertible. I want to keep that hood ornament for my collection though. So I had to find some headlights to put in there and go ahead and cut that nose off, and then we can crush these. And this 8-passenger sedan, I want to find a front clip for it, and then I think I could find a home for it because it's a pretty cool car, or at least use it for advertisement. The old bullet nose, we may make a wall hanger out of that. We may not yet. I haven't decided. Fairly solid car. There was a YouTuber, I forget who it was, but he was looking for a Studebaker bullet nose of this body style. He didn't want the Starlight, he just wanted the regular two-door. And he wanted one in just this condition, just field car condition. Said he had a budget of $1,500. And so I messaged him and said, hey, I got this one for $1,200. And he says, oh, I'm actually looking for something more like around the $400 or $500 range. And so we couldn't work a deal out. Of course, I'm keeping this. I ain't gonna get rid of that. RX-7, I've had a million people say they want this thing. I send them pictures of it and then I never hear from them again. Same thing on this old dent side. I had the title to this truck, but I think I lost it now. I think the wind blew it out of the loader one day. So I guess we'll probably go ahead and knock a few parts off of it, make a pancake. Same thing with this Jeep. And then this truck here, I saved it just in case somebody wanted a 3/4 ton swap, or the chassis swap for a different truck, but I haven't had any interest in it. So honestly, I'm probably gonna go ahead and make a pancake out of it too. That would eliminate a lot. And then if I take this tree out right here and come in here and clean up around these trees, got a lot of like stuff that really needs to go to Texas in here. I just never have time to make a trip to Texas. But if I set this stuff out and take pictures of it, I might be able to find a home for it. I'm just kind of exploring today a little bit. I ain't got nothing else to do. I mean, I got lots to do and I'm gonna do a bunch of work, but right now I'm just kind of exploring while it's nice out before it gets too humid. This is my parts car for a Morris Minor mail truck. This has got a few pieces that thing is missing. And then I've got, what's this, Supra or something? I don't know, Celica, not Supra, Celica. I have a Supra at the other yard. This is a Celica, I believe. Yeah, once again, I had several people wanting this car, none of them came through. We got this Rambler Classic, just a junk car, but it's got a few pieces on it here and there. Just one of those cars a guy feels somewhat guilty crushing it, just because it's a complete car, but yet there's really not a whole lot of value to it. If cars were $300-400 a ton, I'd yank it out of here and crush it. Bump side here, probably pull a tailgate, pull a rear end, make a pancake out of that, a few dash parts. This Ford here, what's the deal on this car? Where'd this car come from? Fairlane 500, missing a front clip. I don't even know where this car came from. This Comanche, I've had several people wanting to buy it, but there's no axle, so nobody could figure out how to get it hauled. The Dodge is junk, the Blazer's junk. The Dart GT belongs to my dad, so nothing with it. And this car here, I mean, once again, guy hates to crush this thing. It's a Cutlass, but it's a rusty Cutlass. But you can buy every part for these cars. You can buy door skins, fenders, and everything else, and so I don't know. We'll give it a little bit longer. That car, next several cars are probably all just crushers, just as soon as price cranks up a little bit higher. I really think there's about, I'd say, a good, probably 400 cars out here that I could just knock a few little things off of and make pancakes out of them. There's about 11 to 1,200 cars out here total right now. Did an inventory late last year and there was 1,000, right at 1,000, and I've added a lot since then. Now here's an empty hole I can stick something in. Like all those Studebakers over there, a lot of those just have odds and end things I wanted to cut off of them. A lot of them I wanted to slice the side off of them because it's really unusual looking sides. This is a turbo Riviera right here. Only reason I say it is because it's a turbo, otherwise it would have got the pancake. And then I got this little Datsun up in here, probably pancake material. This truck here just need to cut the nose and the doors off. This cab here has these bullet hole ridden doors. I was just gonna pull the doors off, but I thought it kind of looks cool letting all these trees overgrow it. I mean, it ain't worth nothing at all. And so I thought this would be a really good one, just to let the trees completely have this truck and just wrap around it and do whatever they want to it. Good yard art. The old 80 to 86, probably just a crusher there. A couple Peugeot station wagons. I might pull them out and try to find a home for them one more time, but it's not looking good. All these trees are starting to really take over because I used to have a road through here to where I could get in here and do maintenance on these trees, but all this rain we've had this year, everything has taken off big time as far as weeds and trees go, and I don't have any way of accessing it to maintain it. I don't know how many cars are in my crusher pile now. I've got this truck and all these cars stacked up back here. Not this truck, but then all these cars here, and they go all the way down and go that direction. Then there's a gap in the trees where they're stacked 3 high all the way back that way. There's a big area back here. So I mean, there's probably at least 200 cars, maybe 250 cars out here that are ready to crush other than aluminum wheels. We did everything else to them, but I didn't pull the wheels off because I didn't really have anywhere to put the wheels. So I figured as I'm crushing, I can pull them off. Bunches of old truck frames in here. I sold this 66 and I thought he was coming to get it last week, but he didn't make it. So I'm not sure when he's gonna be here on that, but I can't bury it. And then this car here is sold as well. And his wife had some health troubles, but now she's doing better. And so he wants to come get it. And originally I was out here every Friday, but now I'm never here on Friday. And that's the day he needs to come pick it up, is on a Friday. And so now we're having trouble coordinating a day that we can both be here. I've explained this before, I'll explain it again. I work for my dad 4 days a week, and then I work for myself. All this out here is mostly mine, this property and everything, all the old cars and things like that, whereas the junkyard where the crusher's at, where I've been crushing cars, that belongs to my dad. And so when I buy catalytic converters, scrap, all that good stuff, that's all my dad's. But when I buy old cars and trucks, that's mine. And so basically I get to pick 1 day a week that I do my own thing. Well, now obviously yesterday was that day, and now today the yard is rained out, and so that's actually 2 days this week I've taken for myself. So now I got to make up on those, and so that means probably the next couple Fridays I won't be able to come out here. I want to come in here and eliminate a bunch of this stuff in here too. There's a bunch of pieces like this old farm equipment that I thought somebody would need that for yard art, but nobody does. This old Studebaker engine, probably just junk. Probably pull the headlight rings off of this old nose. Eliminate a bunch of stuff. This old wraparound Dodge cab, I thought somebody would have to have that, but it takes up a lot of space. So I think if I slice the back of the cab off, then I can just crush the rest of it. Then I want to come in here and take all this tin I have laying here, and I want to spread it out this whole area with tin, and that way it stops all these grass and weeds from growing. And I've got a lot of weeds growing out here. No, they're not that type. I mean, they are, but they're not. Kansas used to be a really big farm, I don't know what the word is, really big producer, right? That's the word I was looking for, of hemp, for hemp rope, hemp fibers, all that sort of stuff. But so it spread like wildfire. The state is covered in it, but it's not the same thing as what you get in Colorado. You know what, let's get some stuff cleaned up. I've got this jack here. It's a weird jack. Instead of being hydraulic, it's got a screw with a ratchet on it. And so you go like this back and forth, and it raises this up. I thought it was kind of neat, but you know what? It's gonna go right in that truck bed. This is my old tailgate. I thought about using it for something I don't know what I was gonna use it for, but it's gonna go in the dumpster. I've got these 2 Bianchi bikes. I think I'm gonna cut the down tubes off of both of these for art. Tubes don't take up any room, and then I can take both bikes, chuck them in there. Coming over here, that's an empty aftermarket. It can go in there. I've got these 2, I think these are off of a 46 Ford. I thought somebody might want these running boards, but man, it's hard to sell these things, so we'll save them for a little while. This is a big diesel converter. It's worthless. It can go in the dumpster. This isn't actually the converter. This is the filter. The converter went in front of this. Bunch of scrap computer parts. These Tonka toys, I'll probably save the small one, but the big one in the dumpster. Or I might make a smashing video with that with the loader real quick. Yeah, that's what we'll do with it. But then that can go in the scrap, that old headlight. I've got a pile of copper and brass down here I didn't even know was here. I don't know how, I mean, it's just out here. I've got cameras and lights and everything, but still somebody could have grabbed that and left in a hurry. I can't believe that's still out here, but we'll get that picked up. This old bird bath is broken. We'll go ahead and chuck it in the scrap. Just got a bunch of stuff laying around right here in the way. I think it's time to get this cleaned up a little bit. We're gonna make some progress out here. I've got these 2 running boards here. I'm not sure what those are even off of, but you know what? I don't really want them to be here anymore. They're in my way. Then I'll set the trash can over here. All of these slats I can throw in the trash. Some of these pallets are just trash. They can go in there, make a little bit of room, and then I can stack all the remaining good pallets up in a pile. I'd love to get this corner area cleaned up a little bit better. So that's what we're gonna work on today. What we got here? A bunch of old Champion spark plugs. Good place for them. Yeah, we'll save that one there. It's small enough because ones like this, I can sell 4 or 5 of them together in one lot for pretty good money, and they all fit in one box. Whereas this big one here, obviously that's not going to fit in anything. It's kind of neat. It would probably sell for art in Texas, but I never have time for Texas, so right there it goes. That will sell on eBay pretty easy for art. A couple more small toys. Those will sell no problem. Trying to get all the junk out of this thing. A couple, I don't know what all that is. There we go. Yeah, we'll bring the loader over here. We'll use the forks to make a pancake out of this here in just a minute. That'll be a fun video. Something bounced out of the, oh, here it is. Get rid of that. And that does not want to stay in there. It almost bounced out again. Yeah, all this computer stuff is just junk. I pulled all the gold bearing scrap out of it. I didn't have anything to throw the computer in, so I just set it over there out of the way. Once again, this would sell in Texas for probably 40, 50 bucks, but I'll never make it to Texas, so nobody around here wants to buy it, so away we go. Good place for it right there. Yeah, a lot of people think these are catalytic converters, but they're not. They bring them out thinking, oh, I'm going to get rich. That's a big one. And I said, man, I'm sorry. But that's just scrap metal. Back in the day, they used to give 10 bucks a piece for these, but now they won't even buy them. And that right there is how you smash a dump truck. Pancake. And the iron box it goes. We're making progress today. One of the things I thought about using this tailgate for was target practice. This is my, what did I spend on this? Between this and my bumper, I think I spent, well, insurance did it. I spent $500 out of pocket, but it was like a $4,000 insurance job. That was a bad day that this happened. And then this jack here, I've run over it twice. It's a good place for it. And there goes Sean. He dropped everything he was doing real quick and came over here and helped me take that 348 completely apart. And we got it all flushed out, got all the water out of it. Fortunately, the valve springs are off of it, so the valves are closed. Didn't get any moisture in the cylinders, just in the valley a little bit, but we got it all cleaned out, got oil in it, got it rotated over good, so it'll be fine. But now there is a massive storm coming. That's why I didn't film any of that. We were just rushing as fast as we could go. I've got to get out of here. Fortunately, where the car's at the auction, it's not sprinkling even, and it's not supposed to rain anymore today, so we'll be fine once we get away from this area, because we are going south and the storm is either right here where we're at and to the north. So good news for us. Bad news for Sean, because he has some more stuff he's got to do at home and it's raining. So he had a bunch of his stuff got soaked and wet too and ruined. And man, that was a freak storm, came out of nowhere. It was not in the forecast at all. Crazy, crazy weather, but I'm going to get my trailer cleaned off a little bit. My dad's here now. We're going to hit the road, go get that last car, and I'm just going to take it home for the night probably. Tell you what, I got lucky. This tank here fell off of this pallet and landed right in front of this car. Missed it by less than a foot. That would have been a bad deal to smash a fender in on it. Put a little bit of air in this tire. Put a little bit more because it leaks. There we go. That way I can make it up front and drive it around to the trailer. that sure looks like hail. Man, it's getting dark. Underwater. It's pretty deep water. Probably about 1.5 feet deep.
It's just pouring into that parking lot, but it's still. They must have really got a downpour here.
And we made it. That storm was wild. That was just a crazy, crazy, crazy storm. But the car made it, and what's the broken back window is still in it, looks like. So can't pass that deal up. When I first started driving the car out of where it was at, it was almost stuck. But my dad pushed on it a little bit, and it finally took hold, and away she went. Good looking car. It's almost sad to sell it, but these have never been my favorite cars, so I will send it on down the road. It's crazy how I had it sold before I even bid on the car. The drainage canal is flooded. Man, it wasn't nearly that deep this morning. Well, I thought I was going to record unloading it, but I have a camera sitting over here and it fell over and I didn't realize it. So my camera recorded the floor, but we got it unloaded. My phone kept ringing over and over and over again. So I finally answered while I'm laying upside down trying to get this car unhooked. And it's a subscriber wanting parts. And I felt bad, but I told him, man, I just can't do it. Sorry, just right now I don't have time to be pulling complicated parts. Please don't be offended if you call me and I tell you no. I know you may see the vehicles in my videos, but I have so much going on right now. I just cannot do it all. And so for me, you wanted seat belts. And so for me to shut down everything to pull seat belts, which are notoriously hard to pull, it would just not be a good deal. But we got her unloaded in here. This is such a cool car. I like this car, but it's already sold, so there's no reason to look at it too close because then I'll want to keep it. It'd be cool to drive around town in this thing just like it is. Get the brakes working on it because the brake lights already work. I've got a back window for it, so I can get a window put in it, but just get some brakes working on it and it'd be a nice cruiser, but nope. I'm going to get my trailer put back together, and we got a lot of work to do out back today, but it is getting insanely humid already. It's getting hot out there. But I have a guy wanting to buy that Mercury Comet Caliente, and it is clear full of small parts. So I've got to get it cleaned out. It's muddy out at the yard, yard where we've been crushing. It's too muddy to crush. I'll make giant ruts everywhere, and I don't want to do that. And so I told Lep not to bother coming in today because I thought, well, I'm not going to need to work out there. I'm just going to unload this and do some stuff here at the yard. But now that guy's wanting to buy that Comet, I wish I would have told Lep to come on in because then he could help me clean it out. So he's going to be here tomorrow, so maybe he and I will just work on that tomorrow. There we go. My dad came out. Didn't have anything to do. It's too muddy at the yard, so that 65 Mercury that I have sold over there that was clear full of parts from the auction, we got it all cleaned out, so that way the guy can come get it here in a couple weeks. I didn't have time to sort the parts, so I just stacked most of them right here. That way I can go through and organize and sort and see what's worth keeping and what's not worth keeping later. Got some neat stuff. Bunches of Teapot and WCFB carburetors out of the late 50s. There's one Autolite 4300, I think it is. Bunch of radios. A couple of instrument clusters. I thought this here was a pretty neat piece. This is an engine preheater. Ball camp by Napa. Got some headlight bezels, bunch of cool stuff there. And then I've got this brake booster. It took me a minute to figure out what it goes to, but this is for a 55 to 57 Pontiac. This is just going to be a core, but you can buy these brand new. They're $800, but they have a $400 core charge on them. So I figure that's probably not worth a ton of money, but it's probably worth 150 bucks. And then I've got 3 of these. These are convertible top motors for Ford. I've got 2 there that are identical, and then this one here's a little bit shorter, so I'm not sure what the deal is. But it's really hard to identify exactly what those go to, but they're somewhere in the late 40s, early 50s. By the late 50s, they were using a different style, so I know roughly when they were. But I got some other interesting stuff here. Another WCFB over here. Got this little sink. Got a pair of 55, I think, 56, somewhere around there, Ford. Victoria pieces there. A bunch more headlight rings. 59 Pontiac taillight. Got this Mercury 8 bumper guard. And then it took me, here's another piece, took me a minute to figure out what it was for. This is for a 57 Pontiac. Power gas pedal. Thought that was interesting. And then here's a really cool piece. There's one here. It's got the mirror, the headlight. This one's broken. But then here's a pair here. and they have all this on them. Both of them have that on there. And see how this one's round and that one's just like the other one where it's square with the mirror on the back side. 57, I think, 56. I don't know. I have it on my phone. I'll have to look it up again later. But for Mercury, and they had this one on the driver's side, obviously, because it's got the mirror, and this one went on the passenger side, and it was a pair that you could buy. And so I figured I'll sell those as a pair, and then I'll sell this one separate as just parts and pieces. And there's a bunch more spotlights in there too. There's one there, and I already put some on the shelf. And then I found a pair of these in there, a pair of old fog lights. These are Fog King lamps, and these here are a little bit corroded, but I found a pair identical to these that's still shiny chrome that sold for $400. These here obviously are going to need a little bit of polishing, but they ought to be worth a little bit of money. Then I had this pair of gigantic turn signals. Huge turn signals. I've never seen turn signals like that before. I figured those will sell, and I think that's about everything. Oh, there was a bunch of 57 Ford truck grills. I laid those over there on the concrete. I'm going to go take pictures of those, list those on Marketplace. And there was some other stuff that I didn't bother saving that I just tossed in the scrap. And some of this stuff here is just going to wind up getting tossed in the scrap too. But most of this is going to be good stuff, just a matter of going through, identifying what it is, marking it, and then putting it on the shelf. I have enough time to do a little bit of that today. I won't be able to get it done, but at least I got it out of the car. It's taking me a year, almost a year, to get it out of the car. So we're making progress. But he's going to be here in a few days to get that car. And so I was down to the wire. I had to get it cleaned out. Now I got to get it dug out. I got to move that truck and a couple motors and some other stuff, but we will do that later. Tomorrow, I got to get a car out of the building, so I think I'm just going to make a separate video all about that. I hope you guys enjoyed this little bit of behind the scenes type stuff that I have to do on a day-to-day basis, and the weather kind of messed everything up, and oh, it's just been a crazy, crazy last couple weeks. Oh, here's one more piece. I'm trying to identify what this goes to. It's a seat switch is what it is for a power seat, but I can't find one quite like it, so I have no clue what it goes to. So I got to figure that out yet. I'm going to get busy working on this. Stay tuned for the next video. As always, I hope you have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day. And remember to get out there, find yourself an adventure, and stay safe with all the crazy weather. We'll see you on the next one.